Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to work on this login.php page and then authenticate user using section in this login page. And I'm going to write the code in here. So first of all, let's have a PHP opening and closing tag. So since we're using section in this login page, we're going to start our section using the section start function. Section start. Just make sure to place it above every other code in this page. So this section start function starts the section so you can store or retrieve users' information like their ID, username, or any other information related to that particular user. To have access to our DB connection page, to connect to our database, we're going to include the DB connect here, which is where our database connection code is require. And then in here we have DB connect, dbconnect.php. This allows you to use the con object, which is the database connection in the script. So we're going to handle our form submission next. If server request method is equal to post. So what this line of code does is, I think I've explained this in the previous video, but then again, some person might just want to watch only one video in the series. And for that, I'm just going to have to keep explaining every code in each video. So what it does is it checks if the form was submitted using the post method, and it also ensures the code runs when the user submits the form. So since we're just working with email and password, which is email and password input field, we're going to have to retrieve the email and password values that the user entered in the form. So we have email, we have password. We then check if this retrieved email exists in our database, which is a variable, is equal to, using the con object in our dbconnect.php, and then prepare function. Then in here, we're going to write our query. So we have select ID, username, password from our users table, where email is equal to those question mark placeholder that is used to securely insert values in the query, and then bind param function. So in this bind param function, since we're checking for just email, we're going to have 1x here, and the email we're checking for is a string, and we have the email here. There should be a comma here to separate them. Yeah. So stmt execute function, and then we get our results here. Get results using the get results function. So what this does is it prepares a query to search for the email in this users table, and then it uses this question mark here as a placeholder to securely, let me give a space here. Okay, it uses this question mark as a placeholder to securely insert the email to avoid SQL injection attacks, and then this line runs the query and get the results. So the next thing we have to do is to check if the user with this email exists in the database. So if the user does exist, it verifies the password using the if statement. So we're going to use this results, which is the final result we got from this query. We're going to use it here. If results num rows is greater than 0, that is, if the entered email exists in this database, then we have user is equal to results fetch ASO function, else echo user not found with this email. If the entered email does not exist, like if the email doesn't match, move to this block and then echo this. This only happens if the entered email does not match. This gets displayed on your screen. User not found with this email, but that's only if this block failed. So if this is true, we'll move to the next line to verify the entered password. if using the password verify function, if password verify user password. So if this is true, move to the next line and then verify the password. But if this is not true, echo this, echo user not found with this email. And then if password is verified, we then save user's data in the section using the section user ID. User ID is equal to user ID. So the section username is equal to user, then username. Once this section is set, this happens, else echo invalid password. And then after saving this the logged in user's information, it redirects the logged in user to his or her dashboard using this header function and then location, and then we'll point the location to dashboard.php. Okay, you're seeing this because I think it's because we didn't include the semicolon here. Yeah, in summary, to summarize everything here, the user enters their email and password in the form. The PHP code checks if the email exists in the database. If the email exists, it moves to the next line to verify the entered password. Then once the password is correct, it saves the user's information in a section, which is simply a temporal storage that keeps the user logged in. After saving the user's information in a section, it redirects the logged in user to dashboard.php. But if the entered email or password is incorrect, it displays an error message, which is this one and this one. So once that happens, you just have to keep trying until you get it right. Maybe in future we'll implement the forget password feature, but for now, this is what we're working with. All right, let's try this out. So I think there was a mistake with the email I used in signing up. Let's sign up another user. Okay, let's use Joy. Gmail.com. Then password, I'm going to use 222222. Then click on login. I'm going to use joy@gmail.com, the one I just signed up. And then password, click on login. What? It says invalid password. Let's do it again. joy@gmail.com 2222. That was what I used. Let's check where the problem is coming from first. It's supposed to log us in. The problem is not from here. Alright, just correct this. Just correct it and try logging in again. Add in the underscore here in between the dollar and the posts. Save. And then copy parts again. Alright, it's supposed to take us to login. It's supposed to take us to dashboard. If we are successfully logged in, it's going to take us to dashboard. Let's have joy@gmail.com and then 222222 login. Voila! So it works. Just go back to your index.php page, which is a page where our registration form resides, and then add in this underscore in between the dollar and the post. Then you're good to go. But I'm still going to push this to this particular branch, the branch I use for this, the index page. I'm still going to push it in order for this to update. If you use the source code link before I correct this, it means yours is going to have the same problem. So if you're experiencing the same issue, just come over to your index page and then add in this underscore here. Then it should work. So that's all for our login page. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe, like, comment to support the channel.